There comes a moment when safety nets aren't safety at all. They're shackles. Most people walk through life with a backup plan, a way out, an escape hatch in case the dream feels too heavy. But what if the very existence of that backup is the reason your dream never becomes real? Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. Behind you, the comfort of the familiar. Ahead of you, the terrifying unknown. That's where he stood. And instead of stepping back, he burned the bridge behind him. No excuses, no second options, just one path forward. This is not just about ambition. It's about survival. It's about purpose. And it's about what happens when you decide there is no plan B. The story you're about to hear isn't safe, but it might just change the way you fight for your own life. Here is the lesson number 1, the weight of desperation. There's a silence that only rock bottom can teach you. It's not peaceful, it's heavy. The kind of silence where you can hear your own thoughts echo like they're bouncing off the walls of an empty room. You start asking questions you never wanted to face. How did I get here? Why does everything I touch fall apart? And for a while, you hate that silence. You fill it with noise, excuses, distractions, denial. But then one night it hits you. No one's coming. No miracle, no hand reaching out. Just you and the pieces of your life scattered around you. That's when desperation starts to breathe. It's not pretty. It's raw. It's angry. It's the kind of energy that grows in the cracks of broken plans. Let me tell you something real. The most powerful moments of growth don't happen when life is comfortable. They happen when you're cornered, when you've got no way out, and your back's against the wall. Desperation strips you bare. It takes away your excuses. It shows you what you actually have inside when there's nothing left to hide behind. I once knew a guy who lost everything in a single month. Job gone, relationship gone, apartment gone. He slept in his car eating one meal a day. But in that darkness, something flipped inside him. He started running every morning, not to get fit, but to feel alive. He applied to hundreds of jobs, got rejected by almost all, but he kept going. Because when you've got nothing, you stop fearing failure. You stop caring how you look. You just move. That's what desperation does. It narrows your vision. It cuts the world down to one simple question. Will you keep going or not? And when you decide to keep going, everything changes. Suddenly, the pain that used to crush you becomes fuel. You stop chasing comfort, you start chasing clarity. You start building discipline, not because it's inspiring, but because it's survival. See, when you're desperate, you're not chasing success anymore. You're fighting for a version of yourself that refuses to die. Every setback becomes personal. Every tiny win feels like oxygen. And slowly, step by step, the same world that once crushed you starts to move with you, not against you. Desperation isn't weakness. It's power disguised as pain. It's the voice that says, if I'm going down swinging. So don't run from it. Let it shape you. Let it carve something stronger out of you. Because when you've stood in the ashes of your own life and still found a way to rise, that's when you realize rock bottom wasn't the end. It was the beginning of who you were always meant to become. Now here comes lesson number 2, burning the bridges. There's a moment in every journey when you realize you've been holding on to something you said you'd left behind. Maybe it's that just-in-case plan. Maybe it's a person, a habit, a comfort zone that quietly whispers, if this doesn't work, you can always come back. But here's the truth. As long as that voice exists, you'll never give everything you've got. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who wanted to become a fighter. He trained hard, but deep down, he always kept one eye on the door. He told himself, if it doesn't work out, I'll just go back to my old job. So he trained with hesitation, fought with hesitation, lived with hesitation. And then one day, life gave him no choice. His old job shut down, his savings disappeared. He had nothing but his hands, his hunger, and the dream he'd been afraid to fully commit to. That's when everything changed. Suddenly, every punch mattered. Every drop of sweat meant something. He wasn't fighting for glory anymore. He was fighting to survive. You see, that's what burning the bridges does. It forces you to stop flirting with your potential and start living it. When there's no way back, you start thinking, breathing, and moving differently. Your instincts sharpen. Your heart beats louder. You discover this raw, untamed strength inside you, one that only wakes up when retreat is no longer an option. But let's be real. Burning the bridges isn't romantic. It's terrifying because you're giving up the illusion of safety, that false sense of comfort that kept you warm but stagnant. You'll second guess yourself. You'll wonder if you're making a mistake. But then, one day, you'll wake up in the middle of the fire you created and you'll realize something powerful. You're still standing. You didn't collapse. You adapted. When you stop giving yourself an escape plan, the mind stops negotiating. It focuses. You stop saying, I'll try, and start saying, I'll make it happen. That mental shift, that's the beginning of transformation. Think about the people who changed history, the ones who had no backup, no cushion, no plan B. They weren't fearless. They were just all in. They understood that commitment isn't a feeling, it's a decision to destroy every exit that leads you back to comfort. And maybe for you, burning the bridge doesn't mean quitting your job tomorrow or abandoning everything. Maybe it means letting go of your excuses, deleting the distractions, closing the chapter that keeps you from turning the page. Because if there's still a way back, you'll take it the moment things get hard. But when you burn that bridge, when you hear the wood crack, when you watch the smoke rise, you'll feel something ignite inside you. It's the sound of your fear dying and your purpose being born. When you have no safety net, you don't fall. You build wings. And that's when you finally see what you were truly capable of all along. And here comes the last lesson, the pain that becomes purpose. Pain doesn't announce itself with warning. It arrives like a storm you didn't see coming, tearing through the life you thought was stable, leaving pieces of you scattered across days and memories. You wake up in the same bed, but everything feels different. The world moves on, but you're stuck replaying the moment everything broke. At first you fight it. You tell yourself you'll get over it, that time will heal it. But some pain doesn't fade. It stays. It sits quietly inside you, waiting, not to destroy you, but to transform you. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman who lost her dream job overnight. No warning, no reason that made sense. She spiraled. Anger, shame, exhaustion. But months later, that same pain forced her to look deeper. She realized she never truly loved that job. She loved what it represented. Validation, approval, the illusion that she was enough. Losing it broke her open. But in that breaking, she found something real. She started her own small business, scared, uncertain, but alive. Her pain didn't end her. It redirected her. That's what pain does when you stop running from it. It becomes a teacher, a mirror, a compass. You see, most people try to bury their pain. They hide it behind fake smiles or distractions, thinking ignoring it will make it go away. But pain doesn't disappear. It waits for the moment you finally sit with it long enough to listen. And when you do, it speaks. It tells you what matters. It tells you who you are. The truth is, pain sharpens you. It burns away the unnecessary. It strips you down until only the real parts of you remain. That's why some of the strongest people you'll ever meet carry scars. Not because they escaped pain, but because they turned it into something. They built strength out of sorrow, purpose out of heartbreak, meaning out of loss. Maybe your pain came from betrayal, or failure, or losing someone you thought would always stay. Whatever it is, don't waste it. Don't numb it. Let it change you. Because pain is not the enemy. It's the pressure that forges identity. It's the fire that exposes what you truly value and who you truly are when everything else is taken away. When you reach that place where you can look back at your pain and say, I see you, but you don't control me anymore. That's when it becomes purpose. That's when the story that once haunted you becomes the reason someone else keeps going. Your pain isn't proof that you're broken. It's proof that you're alive. It's proof that something inside you still wants to fight. So don't hide from it. Face it. Let it scar you. Let it teach you. Let it rebuild you. Because one day, you'll look at that same wound that once felt unbearable and realize it wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to awaken you.